What's going on, everybody?
What's up?
Let me get my phone synchronized here. Hope y'all are having a good evening. Let's see, are we working? Can y'all hear us? I hadn't
we're
found,
working.
I don't know why, but I hadn't found it on my phone yet.
What's up, Eric, Tony, Money? What's up, Andrew?
Still don't have it.
Just going back and looking through the comments. I think Tony asked anyone shooting the black. I'm still shooting the black 5, so.
I got the black 9.
What up, Mick?
I gotta find the feed here. We got us a brand new Prime Nexus 32 here. I am trying my best to get this phone so I can see what we're doing. I think this will work. Now we're cooking. I don't know if I can see the comments, but
I don't think you can. Well, you might be able to know. I can't remember.
it's good enough. But anyway, just came in a couple hours ago. This is the new Army Green color. We'll get some close-up shots in a minute of it. But overall, I mean, we've only put a couple shots through it. I'll say it's got a better feel than last year's Black Series, probably because of this new grip system. And we'll look at this closer in a minute. But it's got a good feel to it. I think this grip's going to do a couple things. One, of course, your hand's not going to get cold on the metal riser. And I did feel like my Black Series bows, I always wrapped them with a lizard skin. With this one, I don't think I'm going to do that. It feels better. I don't know yet if they're going to make different size grips to where you can take these off. I did consider popping these screws out and seeing what was underneath while y'all are here with us. But I really like the grip. And also, I think that grip, it's a plasticky rubber type feeling thing.
They call it aerogel.
Yeah, there's some big NASA splurge that they said about it, but I think it'll, take some vibration out because it's right in the middle of the riser and it's rubber. And I will say,
Says right here, developed aerogel technology to protect astronauts from extreme temperatures.
so if y'all are going to outer space, this is the bow for you. But I think it'll take out some vibration. And I will say, just initial thoughts on this bow, and we'll talk about it more when we shoot it. It don't have that little bit of that rattle like the Black Series had. So I'm glad that went away. They redesigned the cam a little bit, supposedly to take all that out. So hopefully, it'll be a whole new experience. It's a similar looking bow, but it's the riser cutouts are a little bit different. Here, I'll grab a Black Series just to compare.
What up, Muddy Ducks? And Jeff, what y'all up to?
Here's the Black 3. Here's the 2. The riser cutouts are a little more blocky on the Black Series, but I mean overall it looks similar.
Looks like the riser right here is a little bit wider than right here at the shelf than on the black.
So it's definitely thicker. And then the grip, hold that one and then hold this one. To me that's too skinny. That's why I was wrapping it. And then that one's about right.
It's got a good feel to it. I like this. I like the grip, but I didn't have a problem with the grip on the Black Series.
Well, I mean, like I put the lizard skin on mine and I'm happy, but I don't think I would lizard skin that one.
No, I'm sure they're probably gonna come out with some colored plates or some different size plates. I would imagine.
But now we finally got the feed on my phone. Okay. So anyway, similar looking bows. We'll hold them side by side again and let them take a gander. Can they see them? Yeah, they can see them right there.
Let me slide this down, that way we don't put the cam on the
right.
cam. But this is the new, this one right here was the Ghost Green. They did away with Ghost Green from what I understand, am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And this new green is what they call Army Green.
Yeah. The ghost green can, I mean, I'm a green type of guy, but it can be on the dark side, so I think the army green does have a better look. They also quit putting the prime emblem on the inside of the limb. I think people were complaining that bow holders and stuff were rubbing them off, so it's just bare black limb, but it's still got it on the outside.
Jeff, it is a little bit more grippy than, you know, like on this one right here that's just got the little plates in the side. So, you know, if your hand is a little sweaty, it's gonna feel, you know, it's gonna be a little bit more, have a little more grip to it than just a plate.
The flex guard on these, similar to Bowtech, something's coming in. Yeah, it's similar to sort of a Bowtech. I mean, it's the same, almost like a limb material, you know, so it flexes when you pull it back already, and then you can adjust this screw and take, you know, you can fine tune the torque on it. So I'm gonna hang this one back up just so it don't get confused.
And then on the Nexus, you can't really see it, but they did add a second burger hole to it. So
I'm liking it. So the specs, this is a 32. That's all we got so far. They said give them a week to week and a half, we'd have a 34, and then about a week or so after that, we'd have a 36. And they're calling it the Nexus 2, 4, and 6. So this bow's got a 6-inch brace height. You can get it anywhere from 40 to 80 pounds. I did order a couple 80-pounders because people's asked for them last year. I'll do a close-up on the colors, but the army green is new. They got a new gray color called hammered gray. A lot of people are asking about that hammered gray. We've seen it close up. I don't know if it's a color you're gonna want to hunt with or not, because it's almost like a shiny anodized color, but it's pitted with black underneath. It's hard to describe it without having one, but hopefully we'll have one before too long. 4.4 pounds on this 32-inch model, and the speed, we're going to check the speed in a minute. I got a 350, a 400, and a 500 grain arrow. We'll chronograph it. It's on 71 pounds, 29-inch draw, and we'll see what it does. So IBO on it's what, 341?
I think so.
So we'll see how close that is. We may even jerk it out to 30 inches one time with that 350 grain arrow and see where we're at. We do have a biscuit on it, so it's going to slow it down just a couple feet per second, but at least it'll give us an idea.
And another thing is they, you know, last year with the Black 5, you know, the Black Series, the 1, the 3, and the 5 would go to 31 inches of draw. This year on the 2 and the 4, or the 2 will only go to 30, the 4 will go to 30 and a half, and then the 6 I think goes to 31 and a half. If y'all got to excuse me, I hadn't had a chance to even look at the specs on this thing.
So somebody asked, will the grip fit the old bows? It will not, because it's actually screwed on. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna take this grip, one of the back plates off. I just want to see what it looks like up underneath. I'm sure everybody's curious. It's 4 screws on the front and 4 screws on the back, and it's like a front plate and a back plate. I'm thinking, I hadn't heard this officially, so I probably shouldn't even say it, but I would think since they did this, sometime in the future they'll offer different grip options. It would kind of make sense to me. But since it screws on and the old risers are not tapped for these little screws, it wouldn't fit. Let's see. Check it out. It is it's similar to if you ever took a grip off of Matthews. It's a very boxy metal riser, but then it has like a, what do you call that? Like a squishy underneath, I guess, to give the grip some cushion.
It must be that aerogel.
Yep. I don't know if they can see that. It's behind, so
yeah, we're behind.
So that's what it looks like underneath. Anyway, I was kind of curious myself to see what was under there.
Mick said they use it on workshop equipment. It's hard as heck.
Oh, really?
Let's see here.
somebody said, I will say that there is noticeably less hand shock, or I hate to call it hand shock, vibration, twanginess, whatever you want to call it in the riser, than the black. That is bare bow to bare bow. You know, we noticed with the black, you had a little bit with a bare bow, but by the time you set it up and did a few little twerks, it would go away. But this one, just out of the box, does not feel bad. I don't have something lined up. But I'm with you, that must be the gel up under there they're talking about. So that was a 32, you know, there's a 34-inch model. I think it's going to be 50-50 almost on who's going to go 32 and who's going to go 34. You know, for a hunting bow, I'd go 34 because I like a longer bow. But I could probably see, at least around here, the 32 selling better. We got a couple dozen on order. They said give them about a month or something like that. The 34, this one will go out to 30-inch draw. The 34 will go out to 30 and a half. This one's like 4.4 pounds. I think the 34 is 4.5. And the 34 is just a touch quicker. I think it's 343 maybe.
345.
345.
The 2 is 32-inch axle to axle, 341 on the speed, 6-inch brace height. The 4 is 345 with a 6-inch brace height, and then the 6 is 331. Is that?
Yeah, because it's got a bigger brace height,
6.5.
but it'll go out to 31.5-inch draw. Yeah. We got them all ordered. We got a lot of 32s and 34s, and then I think about 4 or 5 36s on the first order. So hopefully they'll come on in. I'm going to shoot a 36 for 3D and play with it, and then probably set up a 34 once hunting season comes around next year. That's kind of my thinking. But I'm a fan. I think what we'll do now is just fire at a time or so, me and TJ, and tell you what we feel. And then we'll get the camera over here and we'll go in there and shoot through the chronograph. And then if y'all want to, we don't have to, but if y'all want to, we'll put it on 30 inches and see how close it is to IBO. Yeah, hammer tone is kind of.
Jim wants to know what 36 colors we got ordered.
I know there's a solid green, a solid black, the new gray. I think there's a black riser camo limb, and I ordered me a blue one with white limbs. They're offering white limbs again this year. When we ordered our CT9s, that was the year they did away with the white limb because I was wanting a white limb on it. And white limbs, well, they look good to me, but one of the reasons that they're good is, like, if you're out in the hot sun or whatever, black of course is going to absorb a lot more heat, and a white limb's not that it matters all that much with these new stuff, but you know. All right, I'm gonna fire this thing off.
As far as I know, they're still running the same price. So.
Yeah, we'll still sell them at $10.99.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the blue with the white limb is gonna look good. Let me close this door. We'll shoot it one time or something a piece, and then we'll bring the camera over here so you can see a little better. I did check on the draw board. I did check the draw length. Now it's still got the same slide and stop as last year. So like if you like more of a dump on the valley, you know, you can slide that stop one way or the other, or you can make it ready to go. But if you set it dead on the number, we were, dead on 29 inches. So it's not really running short or long, and it's on 71 pounds. Make sure this arrow is long enough. I think we're good, but. Okay.
Yep. sir.
I really think the army green will be a popular color. But I'm really liking the grip.
I like the grip. I wish they'd put, if they would have made this with a 35, I'd have probably jumped on one. I'm just still in love with my 5 for some reason. It's not saying that when we get a 4, I might not get a 4, but
Let me grab the camera here.
all right. Jeff, they have the cable stops on them. They quit doing on the. We're gonna get an aerial footage of the shop, but they I don't know where Jeremy wants the camera, so we're just gonna set it right here.
Yeah, that's fine.
But you know, with the CT series, you had the option of cable or limb stops. With the black series, the way the cam is with the rotating mod system, the roto mod, they had to do away with a limb stop.
I don't know how great this footage is on a live feed, but we will at some point do a full-blown review, probably once we get all the links in. And it's still the same as it was last year. On one side, to adjust the draw, one side of the cam, you loosen 2 screws, flip it over, and here's where so we're on 29, which is like 3, 30 would be 1, and then it steps down from there. And then you slide your cable stop to whatever number. And like I say, you can, like we're on 3. If we wanted a little more dump in the valley, now it is going to lengthen draw length, maybe 1/4 inch, but we could move it to like 2.5. So, but here's a closer look. I don't know how great it is on this live type of thing, but here's the flex system. Yeah, I really like this green. There's that grip closer. You can kind of see how it's bolted on there.
Dean, they're restringing these bows. They're not really that complicated. It's just you're not going to want to get in a hurry by any means of putting them on. You know, that's just the biggest thing that.
Yeah.
You know, is you can't get in that big of a hurry to restring it, but it's really not all that complicated.
Here, I don't know how great this is coming in, but I'm gonna try to do a quick. Here's a little counter mat they sent us with the colors on it. So the army green's new on that row there. I think they did away with cipher, which I didn't really know that until today. I think I'm going to change color on a couple I ordered.
Yeah, they did away with ciphers.
That blue, I've seen the sample in person. The blue on this counter mat don't really do it justice. It's a nice blue. And then that classy copper, we had some this year, whatever you want to call it. It was nice. See how that hammered gray? It's hard to.
See if it's any better off of that. You might be able to get a little bit more detail.
And there's probably better pictures on Prime's website, but anyway, so that's that. If you will hold that, we'll fire a couple arrows, see what she's doing, and then just for giggles, I think I'm gonna throw it on 30 and let you shoot it
Right.
With a 350 and just see what happens.
Probably not going to be able to. Those arrows won't be long enough.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Jim, this is the Nexus 2, which is the 32 axle to axle.
All right, I'm gonna start with a 350.
I'm gonna have to lay my phone down.
All right, here's the 350 grain. All these are within 2 grains, so we got a 350, a 4, and a 5. They were all within. Oh, the wraps come off of that a little bit, so I can push it back down. Okay.
Funny thing about it is we're not even shooting and I almost got your air.
I know it. Okay. What do y'all think? I don't know. What was it rated at?
341, I think.
Okay. 324. 29, 71, 350 grain arrow, but we do have a biscuit, so I know that got us a little bit. Here's a 400 grain arrow. Oops, I think I just shot my own knockoff. 308. And here is a 500 grain arrow. $273. That's about what I expected. Typically, you'll get somewhere around 12 feet per second for an inch. So where were we at? 350. 320 something. Is it 323?
I can't remember.
That'd be 333, 335, and then you got about 5 for biscuits. That puts us right on IBO speed. So that's not bad. It's not bad at all. Let me grab these arrows.
Jim said 324.
Okay. I need those arrows really. Yes, if we had another inch, let's say it give us 12 feet per second, be 36, 336, and about 5 for the biscuit. That'd put us right on IBO speed. So I always like to check that. Prime's been good about being on or even a little quicker than IBO speed. But we've had some manufacturers in the past that kind of cook the books a little bit, and it won't even be close to IBO speed. Let me put y'all in here for a minute. Here, actually, let me do another close up so y'all can see everything again. Here's get my release loose. Here is that. So they quit putting the label on the bottom here. Got the Prime factory limb dampeners there.
KJ, it only goes to the 32-inch axle to axle only goes to 30-inch draw. The 4 goes up to a 30 and a half, and then the 6 is 31 and a half.
I think a lot of people were looking for like a 28-inch bow, but I think the problem is, from what we understand, with Prime and their center grip technology, they really can't make a bow that short because there's not enough riser window.
Tony, we are in Anderson, South Carolina. And another thing Prime did this year with the Nexus is there's no more black boxes.
Yeah.
They sending you the hat
with the bow.
You still have to go on their website to register your bow, but there's no more black boxes.
KJ wants us to shoot on 30. We can do that. Hang on. I have to find an arrow because, like TJ said, I think that.
Well, I know that 400 and 500 should be long enough.
Okay. Let's see. Can y'all see? Kind of. I'm gonna just put the camera right here and switch it real quick. I think the deal with the black boxes was they would get way behind on them, and I know we even had, we'd sell a bow, and then people would be calling us wanting to know where their hat and their sticker and all was, and of course we didn't have nothing to do with it. So then I think they were calling the factory, and I think it just turned into a big mess. It was a good idea. You still get free strings for life with these bows every 2 years. You just give your dealer a call. And they send them to us and we put them on. So same deal there. I just think it's probably smarter that they put the hat in the box like most everybody else.
Rodney, we're at $10.99 on them. Is what we'll be selling for, which
some folks are, I know some shops are marking them up a little more if you mix match the colors, but we just stick it a straight $10.99. So I'm gonna change it over to 30.
all right.
And we'll see what kind of. I might go dig. I'd love to find a 350 grainer to shoot at 30. Adam, when we get done, if you'll rewind this video, we did take the grip off. It's like a white, squishy substance of some sort. It's the best way I can describe it. I lost my screw. There we go. We've been through this before. Which do you recommend? Well, I mean, like, their strings are good. We hadn't had any trouble with them, but a lot of folks will want like a custom color. All you're gonna get from them is the silver and black
string and black cable.
Yeah. So, I mean, we have had zero trouble with their strings and cables, but we did have a lot of people say, "Hey,
do the way they're advertising way."
I didn't put it on the. Hang on, and I got a biscuit on it. Let us shoot it, and I will take the biscuit off and hang it on the scale and see what the physical weight is. Yeah, the VXR is a good quiet bow. I felt like last year the VXR probably had less vibration than it definitely had less vibration than the black, but I think this puts prime back on par. Like 2 years ago when the Logic in the CT series came out, we had a lot of people that was going to buy Matthews end up with a prime. Last year it was about 50-50, and I think this will kind of swing some folks back prime's way. Like I say though, last year with the Black Series, once you got everything on the bow, it took all a little tweaking, it was no big deal, but when people would come in and shoot a bare bow, it had that little bit of twanginess to it.
I think, like I said, I haven't had a chance. 4.25 pounds is what this one is supposed to weigh. That's what they got it in their little pamphlet as. But we'll put it over here on the scale here in a minute.
Yeah, we'll take the biscuit off and see. I know everybody's different. Like, I think it was PSE, they would advertise the weight, but then that didn't include the rubber on the bow or something. So I don't know if Prime does it that way, or we'll find out in a minute. But these bows, you don't have to have a press to adjust the draw length. Sometimes these little cables will get in the way. You just pull them kind of out of the way barely, and you're good to go.
What's the rough price on the CT9 now? Are they still?
No, we can't get them anymore. But I mean, if you were buying a used one, probably what, $500, $600, $700 according to what shape it's in. Because the 9 was a little more because it was a longer bow, of course.
Yeah.
Right, I hadn't looked for one. I hadn't really seen one pop up, but I'd say between 5 and 7, according to color and what shape it's in. Okay, Matthews weighs their bows without dampeners. Yeah, we'll check this one in a minute and see what we come up with. After we shoot it on 30, I'll take the biscuit off. All right, so I'm gonna put this right on one.
Brad, they still got the, still got the black 9, the black 9, so it's 39 inches axle to axle. The new one for this year would be the 6, but it's 36, so it's gonna be a little bit shorter. And
I'm gonna keep my 9 to shoot indoor with pretty much, and I'm gonna get a 36 and I'm gonna shoot 3D with it, because the 9 doing a lot of walking gets a little bit big. I mean, I say that I used to shoot a 41-inch bow and didn't think twice about it, but I'm gonna try the 36. What weight you got there?
I've got the 400 and the 500.
Let me see what length this is. I ain't got no tape measure really.
See about what it is on that one. I think it's gonna be a hair short.
I was gonna say, well, I know them were pretty long. Let me check. I think it'll work. I'll pull that wrap off because it's Alright, so let me grab. I'm about to grab your phone.
Brad, we do not have any 9s in stock. We'll have to.
Alright, so this is going to be a 350 grain arrow, 71 pounds, right on 30 inches. It's all on, TJ.
I was just scooting it over a little bit.
Right on 30 inches, 71 pounds.
I ain't shot 70 in a while.
Alright, let's see what she did.
343.
So we are, what was it rated at?
41, I think.
341. So we're just a smidgen speedier.
Yeah, 341.
Because we got a biscuit on there. So let me take let's go, while we got it, we'll go ahead and shoot a 400 and 500 grain arrow out of it. I didn't think about that. Yeah, the black 9s, I think we mainly just special ordered because it's sort of a weird, I think we might have had a black one, but it's sort of a weird length for most folks coming in. All right, the 400 grain arrow was 312, and now we're going for the 500. At least this will give everybody some numbers to go off of, because I hadn't even looked on YouTube at who else put videos out, but I always kind of like to know what they're doing. Yeah, that's the 32 Adam, and 280 with a 500 grain arrow. Again, that's 30-inch draw, 71 pounds. TJ's going to take the biscuit off, and we'll weigh the physical weight of the bow. See what we look like. But I really like that green. It'd be hard to say on the 4 or 6. I mean, according to how serious you are about 3D and what class you shoot. You know what I mean? Like if you're going to put a long stabilizer in the whole 9 yards, I'd go with a 6. But if I was going to shoot like any sort of hunter type of class, I'd probably go with a 4. No 34 yet. They said next week they'll be shipping those out to everybody. And then I know another question. I don't know if it's got asked yet. We are at
4.6.
4.5, 4.6 pounds hanging bare bow. So what did I say, 4.25 or something like that?
Yeah,
So that's, like we said, it's probably without the rubber on it.
very possible.
We'll go back in here. No, the PL, the vibration's not bad at all. Here's just a quick overview again. Hopefully it's on my end. It looks kind of pixelated, but I don't know if that's just on my end or if it's actually. We actually ordered a couple 80-pounders, no joke, Rocky. So as soon as they get here, I will do a speed test on them too. And at some point, it won't be in like the next week, but if you look back on our channel, I did like a complete start to finish build on my 9. I'll do something similar on one of these. The roller guard, here's what it looks like. I will say, when we have put the Vapor Trail Gen 7X rest on these bows, I've had to cut off this bottom little lobe here to get that rest to fit on here. But, well, I say that was on the Black Series. I'm just guessing this is going to be the same. You know, and then I guess one of the big questions would be, if you got a, say, a Black Series, should you upgrade? And that's, I'd shoot one. Most folks, it's a similar bow, you know.
Yeah.
Most, like TJ's got a Black 5. He's probably not going to upgrade because it's so similar, but that's a preference type of thing. I mean, it's not like you've absolutely got to upgrade if you're already shooting a Black Series, but if you're definitely looking into the primes, I'd go this way. Anything else y'all want to see?
Let's see. Brad said he is shooting a 30 Echelon 37, and that's what you were hoping for this year, was a 37-inch prime.
Yeah, 37's my number. I just love a 37-inch bow for 3D, but I think 36. I hadn't shot a 36. I hadn't shot a bow that short for 3D before, but I think it'll work. I mean, you got these big old cams. This makes it really like a little bit longer of a bow, you know. So.
Saul said, he was answering Rocky, he said the 80s are coming. Let's see. 320 to 328, 330, 29.25-inch draw with a 400 grain arrow.
Yeah, and if you're just tuning in, I already said it. We took the grip off in the first part of this video and showed what was underneath. It's like a, it's hard to describe. You can, after we get done, this video will post. You can go back and kind of look at it. I think everybody had it rough this year with all this COVID stuff. I know a lot of places got shut down, and primes out of Memphis, Michigan, and I know they were shut down for quite some time for the most part. So I didn't expect it to be a huge year for anybody, but I feel like this is a good. I don't know how. We got a tape measure. Somebody said, what's the riser length? I don't know how many years in advance they start planning out stuff, but I'm sure it still affected everybody pretty good. We're about to measure it. He was going to grab a tape measure.
Where do you want to go to?
Go from that very tip.
Hold that right there for me.
All right, I got you.
28 and a quarter, 5/16, or 26, I'm sorry, excuse me. 26 and a quarter.
Shazam. But yeah, overall, I'm impressed so far. Like I say, if you're local to us, swing by and shoot this thing, or if you're local to any other prime dealer, go check one out. everybody got the 32s today. They're telling us about a week and a half, 2 weeks to get 34s to test the test model, and another week or two to get the 36. The tunability, I couldn't tell you yet. Literally, all I did was put a biscuit on it when it walked in and shot it a few times, and we went live. I'll in our video coming up in a couple weeks. By then, we'll have played with a couple of them, and we'll set one completely up and talk about that. I mean, all I did was put a biscuit on it, set it dead center, and took that 400 grain arrow, and it shot a bullet hole. So I mean, that's a good sign. In the past, with a very small amount of tweaking on these flex guards, you can get them perfect. And they also are shipping these and offering a shim kit. So if you needed to go that route, you could, but that's sort of a once in a blue moon deal from what we've seen.
The grip does feel a little bit bigger,
A little bit thicker, yeah.
a little bit thicker than the black because of that new grip that they put on here with that aero gel in there.
Here, we'll measure it. Hold that for a second. I'll get a.
So he's gonna go grab a mic. But with this grip, it does make it feel a little bit more, just a little bit fatter. So, like I said, on the Black Series and my CT9, I didn't put any kind of lizard skin because I actually liked the way that grip felt. So, but I do like this grip. I wish they'd have done this last year on the 5s.
So if we just grab, the side to side here, we're at. Hang on, we're on millimeters. We don't want to be on millimeters. Now we're good. 0.740. Here, we're at 0.93. Let me get it square. Hang on, that's probably my bad. All right, that got us a little bit down. We're pretty much 0.88 or right at it. So it's a little bit thicker.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell a difference holding them, but like I say, I probably wouldn't lizard skin or whatever this new one. I would just roll with the factory grip.
Let's see. Yeah, Jeff, I think, with the grip from like the Logics, the CTs, and the Black, I think it was one of those either people liked it or they hated it.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are going to be surprised with that grip this year. Saul says, grip has some mold marks that I could use a little massaging on the edges.
Anything else y'all want to take a peek at before we hop off? I'm just glad to get those speeds and the weight and all that sort of thing so y'all could see it. Like I say, if you're local, swing by and fire this puppy off. We'll set it to your draw length or whatever you need. It feels good, Eric. It's not like 100% different than the Black Series. I mean, there's a tiny, if you shoot them back to back, this one, I hate to use the word aggressive, but this would be like 5% more aggressive, you know what I mean? Like just barely. This bow is $10.99. That's what we sell them for. $10.99.99. MSRP is another $100, but we can you shoot off the riser if you take the grip off? Yeah, the riser, the grip only goes up that far on the back, if that's what you're asking. Yeah, you still got the back stabilizer mount here. But anyway, I mean, I'm really liking it. And like I say, definitely go test fire one. We will, it'll take us a couple of weeks, but we'll do a full blown review. If we can get the 34 and 36 in fairly quick, we'll do like a 3-in-1 hour long review, you know, and go over every single thing we can. And by then we'll have a little time to have played with them. So, the let off's 80% if you put the stop dead on the number you got the cam set on, but you could back it up and get, I mean, probably as much as 90 or as little as 65 or 70 by playing with that stop. So, yeah, Brian, I like the finish too. I hadn't seen the R100 schedule yet, Brad. It shouldn't be too much longer.
I did see something today where the TAC had Total Archery Challenge released the Texas date.
But wasn't allowing you to book.
Yeah, they weren't going to allow anybody to book. So, you know, that's a plus right there. So maybe we can get I hope to come back to the Southeast in Tennessee. So we're hoping for that.
Tony, our best thing we found for the Black Series was those cool hand loop string stops. That was like the main thing. There's a few little tricks, but that made a significant difference, and we had a lot of people request them. We'll get off here, not take up everybody's whole evening, but we appreciate y'all tuning in. If you're new, check out our other videos, and if you're not new, we will see you soon, but hit the subscribe button if you don't mind. We'll keep on doing videos about this stuff. Yes, sir. We'll be here Friday, 12 to 6. Thank you, Jeff. But yeah, check us out. Let us know what you want a video on or what we can do, or give us a holler, and we'll see what we can do. So thank y'all for watching.
Yep. Everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Y'all be careful because we won't be here on Thursday for a live feed.
Eating that turkey.
Yep.